Right, yeah.
So tonight we're here to help you understand exactly what the market is doing so you can make a strong decision. But guess what? Drum roll. It is a buyer's market right now. It is a strong buyer's market right now. Do you hear me? Listen to what I'm saying. You right now as a buyer, if you are ready to buy, now is the best time. It will never get better than this right now. Because you have no competition. So you make the rules. All right?
That's true. We'll talk a lot more about that too. It is definitely a buyer's market.
That's right.
When you say buyer's market?
Well, that means in a buyer's market, buyers win. In a seller's market, sellers win. So if you want to step into, let's say you were in a boxing match.
Right.
And let's say your whole team is winning, like Money Team, Mayweather.
Right. Okay.
Would you rather be fighting with Money Mayweather or against him?
Gotcha. Okay.
So right now, the Money Team is the buyers, right? You're undefeated, right? You call the shots.
They have more leverage.
It's like dating.
Yes.
This is like a dating environment. We're still live, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is a dating environment, right? You are looking to match people. You are looking to be matched with someone that you're going to be in a relationship with as a buyer. And the sellers right now, it's more attractive buyers than it is sellers.
Right, I get it.
So as what they say, a bad bitch, the buyers are the bad bitches right now, okay? You the cream of the crop.
Absolutely.
So just understand that you have the leverage right now. But if rates drop suddenly, you won't have that. I mean, you won't have that leverage because everybody can afford. Right? So if you ever wanted to buy a house, the window of opportunities right now, we're in a buyer's market. We're going to show later where buying the same house at a higher price but at lower interest rate is basically the same as buying a house at a much lower price at a moderately higher interest rate. So, let's talk about what the interest rate is right now, or from what we have. I'm gonna let you talk.
Okay, sounds good. We see you there, Georgia Sweet 3000. She's just your girl.
That's my sister.
Thanks for being here.
Bridget.
Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about the market because this is really important. Everybody believes that it's just rates that make the difference, but it's a whole equation to know when the perfect time to purchase is. You look at all of these things: rates, inventory, competition, and leverage. Let me talk about how the rates have been somewhere between 6.25 to 7 within the last few months, which some people consider high because they were lower than that. But when the rates are higher, that means less people are buying homes, more people are selling them on the market. And Jimmy will talk a little bit more about the inventory, but essentially you have more to choose from. The competition, there's not as many people in the market, which means you potentially will get a better price. What happens when the rates start to go down, instead of staying where they are, more people are on the sidelines right now waiting to come into the market when the rates go down. And when the rates go down, this inventory will start becoming faster. And Jimmy was talking about a buyer's market is because the buyers are making the decision, but when the rates go down and there's more inventory, more people in the market, that could quickly change and flip, which is why now is a good time to buy if all the other things make sense. Competition, there's going to be less people out there to compete with, and most importantly, leverage. People think it's just about the interest rate, and it's not. It's about all of the factors, because think about this. You can get a slightly lower interest rate, but if the market is expanded and tight right now, then your seller perhaps won't give you as much money. And all of that equates to your effective interest rate. But in terms of leverage, what does that mean? That means they can pay closing costs, they can pay for your points, they can pay part of your escrow account, and then Jimmy, who is excellent, will go in and negotiate on other behalf because it is.
That's right.
Market. You want to talk a little bit about the leverage?
Yeah, definitely do. And listen, while I got your attention, my Calendly link is in the chat. Please take a moment and set up an appointment with me and Demetrius. You can set up a 15-minute appointment or a 30-minute appointment to just talk about your overall situation. You need a credit person to repair your credit. Listen, everybody's not ready to buy right now, okay?
Right.
We don't want to talk to the people that have false hopes. We don't want to sell hoop dreams tonight. We want to sell you reality and let you know what's going on in the market so that, you know, you can either make the opportunity, take the opportunity now with a couple small steps or small adjustments,
right, or
maybe you're 6 months to a year from buying a house. You know, that's what we're here to determine, to help you determine. So, next slide. This is called the rate trap. This is slide 4.
Yeah. This goes back to what I was talking about.
No, it's not the right one.
This goes back to what I was talking about briefly, though. You could have said that.
Go ahead.
This just shows the effect that lower rates are going to have on the market. A lot of people aren't considering that. You have a number of people that are on the sidelines saying, I'm just waiting for the rates to come down. Well, when the rates come down, that means the demand is going to go up. There's going to be more people in the market. And even though you might get a lower interest rate, you end up spending more for the property potentially. And because there's so much competition, you don't have the sellers as willing to do things to help you get into the property.
Demetrius, you got to be in the chat talking to people too. You got to talk to people.
Absolutely. So you don't need to predict the exact bottom line figures or the bottom of the rates because it's not just about rate.
Well, I'm typing in the chat.
He's typing in the chat. Okay.
All right. Okay. So we said thank you to everybody. Listen, if you're just joining in, thank you so much. You know, some people got to pop on and pop off, and we appreciate that. You know, people that are, are available to be here. So the next slide. I feel like I'm off on my slides. What number is this? All right, let's take mine now away. Okay, so the biggest mistake is this, right? Waiting for the perfect market, right?
There's no perfect market.
There is no perfect market, right? The real estate market is just like the stock market, right? People make money when the market is going down, and they make money, the same amount of money. Millionaires are made when the market is going down, and millionaires are made when the market is going up. The same amount of money. So people was like, oh, the market's bad, this and another. There are people who got their credit together, or at least somewhat together.
Right. Mid
600s, low 600s.
And there's no universal credit score. So that's one thing I want people to really get out of their head in terms of buy now or later, because they're working on their credit, and there's not really a universal credit score.
Yeah.
So if you're wanting to buy, if you have stable income, and you know where you want to live, those kind of things, we still can kind of start getting things ready.
Let's talk about entrepreneurs. Put it in the chat if you're an entrepreneur. If you work for yourself, put it in the chat. If you're 1099, if you're W-2, put it in the chat. Say, I work, I have a job. But no, the IRS might be watching. Don't do that. But for the entrepreneur, self-employed, there are programs.
There's special programs just for. So as a matter of fact, the last people that we helped, the last 2 people were self-employed, and they had run into problems. So it's a lot of opportunity for self-employed people, especially in this market.
That's right. So buy now may offer more current inventory right now. There's too many houses, so you can get them for cheap. Supply and demand.
Right.
Potential seller concessions. We can get you. Every time I list a house, I'm already negotiating the seller to offer the closing costs up front. You don't have to negotiate closing costs anymore. You got no closing costs. Plus, Demetrius is going to get you a good deal where you ain't got to bring nothing really to the table.
There's lots of programs out there.
Yeah. So listen, more room to negotiate, the ability to lock in a home you actually want, right? Imagine a house that was in a hot market that you wanted, and there's 50 people bidding on it.
Exactly.
Right now, the house you want. Listen, you can't buy a house at yesterday's price. You can't. You can only buy a house at yesterday's price today. So a payment strategy is built around today's number. Wait may offer. So you can buy now versus wait. You want to talk about that?
Well, I think the biggest thing that we need to think about in terms of waiting is a lot of people say they want more time to improve their credit or savings, and potentially that the rates will be better. There's no way to really know if the interest rates are better. becoming more financially ready, that can be something that you definitely want to consider if you're considering waiting. But the most important thing is there's no guarantee of where the prices are going to be. There's no guarantee of where the rates are going to be. I always say, sit down with the mortgage consultant, with the real estate agent, and just see where things are.
Our Calendly link is in the chat. Please click the link. Hey, it's in the chat. Just we have a 15-minute or 30-minute consultation via Zoom. Let's sit down. Where there's a will, there's a way. All right.
Absolutely.
But there's no guarantee of lower prices or better terms. So,
or that the programs will even be there, because programs sometimes change.
That's right.
Become unavailable.
That's right. So let's talk about the $400,000 question, right?
Okay.
Let's take, for example, a $400,000 house. We're still on, right?
Okay. Yes.
All right. So what matters in this entire closing cost? Let's start over. What matters in the entire cost of getting into and owning a $400,000 house? Okay. So there's interest. It's PITI, right?
Yeah.
Chris,
Let me
go ahead.
Okay. So when you buy a house, this is the sales price. Typical interest rate, I just wanted to kind of put some things together so you can kind of see it. Let's say about 6.65. That's kind of the average of different ones. The down payment, if this was just a normal, conventional loan, how much do you think it would be for down payment? Put it in the chat. What do you think? Good, you're close. A lot of people don't understand you don't need as much money as you think. But let's say the down payment was 5%. That's $20,000. And I'm gonna get you that payment also. But then we come down to the down payment that's required. You also have to set up for taxes and insurance. These are all the things that are inside of a payment. It's not just the money that you're buying and the interest rate. It's also your taxes and it's also your insurance. So there's opportunity to stack your payment to make it more attractive, even in what some people are calling a higher market. So that's kind of what that is. You want to look at what the total monthly payment is. You want to know what the actual out-of-pocket expense is, because that's what's really important. The other thing that you don't see on here that's really important in terms of a payment is the interest rate. That's what you pay back, the principal and interest, the tax and insurance. But a lot of properties now, which Jimmy will probably talk about, have homeowners association. That is not included in this number, but it is a monthly number that you have to qualify with and should always think about when deciding if you buy now or buy later. But oftentimes we can stack the payment in such a way that it just makes sense. Different loan programs will allow you to start possibly at a lower payment while you can adjust things. So that's a big question.
That's a great question. So he talked the finance side. I'm about to talk the real estate side, okay? So I literally Googled this earlier today, okay? I typed in Google, and you can too. I challenge you. If you have any questions about real estate now with all the robots and AI that we have, just type it into Google. Say, how much do I need to make in order to afford a house that costs this much? What is the payment structure on me buying a house like this? You know, ask ChatGPT to put together a plan for you to buy a house. You know, or call us, and then we're together.
Absolutely.
But I type this in. If I buy a $400,000 house at 4% interest rate, how much are the payments compared to if I bought that same house at $350 at 6.6% interest rate, right? So I'm comparing if I bought a house right now, like let's say we're going out shopping, we see a house. Oh, honey, stop the car. It's $400,000. Well, guess what? That same $400,000 house is going to sit there for the average days on market right now in Atlanta is 57 days. The house is going to sit there at least for 57 days, right? And then the seller's going to, I just dropped the price today on the house, $2,500. I drop houses $10,000 every week sometimes with my sellers, unfortunately, because it's a buyer's market, right? So if you want to get your house sold, you might have to drop it $50,000 to get it sold. So the same house right now in this market, we're going to get it at $350, let's just say hypothetically, right? Assuming this mortgage is 30-year fixed with, let's don't factor in down payment, let's don't factor in these, let's just say raw numbers at 4% interest, it's $325 less, right? On the payment. Right? If you waited till the rates dropped to 4%. But imagine, if you wait until the interest rate dropped to 4%, then you know how crazy, Demetrius will tell you.
There are people that are doing
The market just dropped to 5.5. And it went crazy.
Yeah.
I had closing back to back to back.
And people don't understand rates literally change every day. So unless you're talking to a lender every day, you don't really even know what the rates are doing. You got to get.
I Googled it before. Today the rate is actually 6.78.
And keep in mind,
It went up.
You Googled it today, but keep in mind.
But tomorrow it's gonna go back down.
Absolutely.
6 point whatever. You know, I'm not gonna quote it, but just know that. Look, this is the point. You buy this house. This is a comparison. Let's go. Let's go here.
Come on, let's take a look at it.
This is a comparison. You buy this same house, right? For $400,000. Right now, I can get that same house for $350,000. The interest rate, you see? Mm-hmm. Look at the difference in the payment. It's only about $200-$300. You spend $200-$300 on your wife's hair. You spend $200-$300 at opium on Saturday, at Whiskey Mitchell's on Saturday.
Facts.
Listen, but imagine that you buy the house for $350, that in 2 years, this house is going to be worth $400.
Candace loves that you moved that up. They can see it much better. Thank you, Candace.
Listen, thank you, Candace. This is going to be this going to be this in 2 years. Meaning that you're going to be able to buy this same house. So if you own it for $350 and now you can sell it for $400, how much equity do you have?
$50,000.
Sitting in the bank in 2 years. You buy this house right now. It's what goes up must come down. Listen, I'm talking stocks. Stocks and real estate are identical.
Yep.
So right now we are in what's called a bearish market. Eventually it will become a bullish market. But hold on, let me move to the next slide. Boom, and that's you.
All right. We keep talking about this thing with leverage. Jimmy's going to watch the chat, but we keep talking about this thing with leverage. So I just wanted to break it down a little bit for you because these are the things that you need to think about as you're deciding, should you buy now or should you wait? Seller pay closing costs. In a buyer's market, typically the seller is going to pay more money to help move their property. So they will help to buy or pay for your loan, your closing costs.
Thank you, XOXO Jasmine. She said, thank you for sharing the information.
Absolutely. So that can reduce the amount of money that you need at closing because it's not just what your payment is, it's how much money do I need to come to closing with that everybody wants to know. The price negotiation, we'll come back to that because I'm going to let Jimmy talk about that. But let's look over here to rate buy down. Also, one of the things that we can do to kind of help your payment become a little bit more comfortable is we can structure it in a way that you start with what we call a buy down. That means that you will start, instead of that 6.6 number that Jimmy was talking about in that example, we could start it at 5.6 for the first year or 4.6 for the first year and then keep going up until it reaches the 6.6. And at that time, possibly, we can refinance or do some other things because, again, it's about stacking the payment, not just the sales price, because there's other things that come into that value, such as price negotiation, repairs, and credits. And I'm gonna let Jimmy take that.
He gonna let me take it after I'm holding the camera. Look, all right, we're gonna zoom in again because I think the chat likes it. Look, I got you on the whole in the next slide. It's okay.
Going on the other slide.
Okay.
Go back one.
All right, so I'll take this one. Okay. All right, now you hold the camera.
I am.
All right. Okay, please. All right, now buying now makes sense if these are the criteria. Your income and employment are reasonably stable, meaning that you've been on your W-2 2 years, right?
Right.
You've been on your W-2 job for 2 years or more, or you 1099 and you making money. You can show payments, right?
We're going to look at the tax return.
Right. We're going to look at the last 12 years.
2 years.
Or 2 years of tax returns. And then for an entrepreneur program, we can also look at your bank statements for the last 12 or 24 months.
Right. There's a lot of programs.
For
entrepreneurs. Keep in mind, absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot.
If you own your own business, hit the Calendly link and set up a conversation with me and Demetrius. That's the purpose for today. You can come.
Hey, Consuelo, we see you. Thank you for being here.
Consuelo, she's an agent too. Buying now makes sense if this is what you can ask yourself. Can your income and your employment reasonably are they stable? Are you comfortably handling your projected monthly payments? Do you have a realistic emergency reserve fund? Do you plan to stay in the home for several years? Listen, take that out. I should have took that out. You can stay in the house for 2 or 3 years. And you can flip the money because the market's going to change. You pull the equity out or stay in, refi if you need to. Or buying now makes sense if you find the right home at the terms that make sense. So the goal isn't to force the purchase, it's to recognize when your numbers line up. So waiting makes sense if buying would stretch your budget too far. Your credit needs work to qualify for better options. They can see it good?
They can see it good.
Okay. You have little or no emergency
Y'all can see it good, right? Hey, Lady Faye.
Put it in the chat if you can't see it. Tell us. Your income or employment situation is uncertain. Waiting makes sense if you are not sure where you want to live or how long you'll stay. And that's the conversation we want to have with you.
Okay.
Sometimes the best real estate advice is don't buy yet, but today we're telling you that you can buy right now.
I just want to take a few minutes and talk about these things because I think it takes a little bit of conversation. Buying will stretch your budget too far. Everybody knows that buying a house right now is usually going to end up with a mortgage payment somewhere near $2,000 or higher.
Yeah.
So you need to look at your budget and see where would that money come from. Because a lot of people just fall in love with the house but not look at the payment. I'm going to, as the mortgage guy, I can tell you how much you qualify for. You've got to determine, based on this budget, how much you're comfortable with because they're not always the same number. Your credit needs work to qualify for better options. This is probably the biggest thing that I would say to people. Don't let that be a reason that you wait unless a mortgage person tells you that. Because new programs come out all the time that changes their requirements. So there might be a special program that comes out that says you don't need the credit score that you think that you need.
Oh snap, the lights went out! Hold on! That's crazy!
It must be motion detected.
Yo, I'm not gonna tell y'all where we are, but yo, the lights went out.
Now you see too that you have little or no emergency savings. It's great to have emergency savings, but let's be honest. A lot of the first-time home buyers take everything they have just to move into that house, and it's okay. It's okay. Your income and employment situation is uncertain. Obviously, if you're not sure where you're going to be working, you need money to pay your mortgage, so you want to consider that before you take the plunge of buying a house. And you're not sure where you want to live or how long you'll stay. Like Jimmy said, that might or might not even need to be in there because you might want to buy a house in a particular area to see if you like that area. And if not, Jimmy Jones won't be out of work. You'll sell it. If you don't like it, then you can buy somewhere else and enjoy that equity. So those are things really that are important to look at to deciding if you should consider, if you should wait or not. Because sometimes, like you said, it might be don't buy yet.
Yeah, I mean, listen, everybody that I'm working with right now, Demetrius, some of them, it's been 4 months I've been working with them. Some of it's been 2 years I've been working with them.
And it's okay. That's
okay. Yeah. We would rather you be ready when you're ready and when God has for you is for you. And it's on his time, not ours.
Because it makes more sense to be ready and say, you know what, I'm not going to buy right now. Mm-hmm. That's the best time to wait is when you know you're ready and you make all these decisions based on that and not having to be based on credit or money.
That's right. Put it in the chat. Who's ready to work with me and Demetrius? Who's ready right now? Who's ready to say, listen, I'm ready to start the process with Demetrius and Jimmy, and I prayed about it, and this is where I want to be. I want to be starting to purchase a home, and because we are meant to purchase land and own territory in this, in this earth. So if you're ready, there's a Calendly link, right? But put it in the chat. If you're ready right now, you say, listen, I want to talk to Demetrius. I want to talk to Jimmy. Put in the chat. Demetrius going to see it, and we're going to make sure that we reach out to you. But also, we have a Calendly link So,
At the bottom.
yeah, let's talk about this. I don't have $50,000 to buy a house.
You will be surprised how many people think that it takes 20% to buy a house. And that used to be true a long time ago, but that's not true. There's programs, some buyers may qualify for options below 20% down. Most of them do. There are different types of programs that require no down payment, such as USDA and VA. There are some that are putting down as little as 3.5% with an FHA mortgage. So there's a lot of varieties. That's why we always say, don't let any of these myths or unclear things stop you from finding out if you are ready. We want to make sure that you understand that you're ready. Because even if a down payment is required, there's some down payment assistance programs.
That's right.
All down payment assistance programs are not only earmarked for first-time home buyers. There's some grants out there that will help with down payment. So there's lots and lots of options. I think our biggest thing that we're telling you today is you decide if it's time to buy or wait, but decide it based on information.
Yeah.
Not just on what you're thinking, what you've been hearing at the grocery store.
These slides are really for you.
Okay. This just goes back. I mean, we talked about this a little bit. I love this slide, by the way. It makes it real clear because people think, especially when you're looking on Google or in the newspaper, and they show you how much a payment is. Most of the time, that payment is considering 20% down and excellent credit. So don't do that. Make a relationship with a mortgage person and understand these are the things that affect or what's in the payment. It's the price at the interest rate for the amount of time you'll be paying back the loan. You have to pay taxes and insurance and homeowners association. And it depends on the type of loan as well. The big thing to remember is not just to look for rate, because that's not everything. You see, there's other boxes that have to make a difference, and we can always do stuff. Your buying power is a combination of these things and a good realtor. So, just to know that.
Amen. All right, y'all. We only here till 8 o'clock, so y'all sit tight. We're going to have some question and answer at the end. And please click that Calendly link, and we can talk one-on-one. We can meet for coffee. But here are the opportunities around Atlanta. In town, Metro, North Metro, East Metro, West Metro. So Atlanta is a circle, of course, right? The perimeter. And then in the perimeter is the Buckhead downtown, Midtown. I'm the mayor of Midtown. When you talk about in town, that's Midtown. That's anywhere in town. That's walkability, the parks, all the parks, Inman Park, Piedmont Park. There's a lifestyle that happens. There's walkability, transit, higher density options. In North Metro, we're talking Sandy Springs, north of anywhere north of Atlanta. You got Vining, Smyrna. This northwest. Northeast is Lawrenceville, Gwinnett, But there's job centers, schools, newer construction, suburban options. East, that's Decatur, Lithonia, Stone Mountain, East Atlanta Village.
Jimmy, aren't you from Decatur?
East Side, I'm from Atlanta. Value pockets, established neighborhoods, Decatur, DeKalb, praise God. West Metro, West, that's, they said today that they're about to undo Mapleton. They're about to, they are voting to eliminate the city of Mapleton.
Yeah, it's a petition.
That is crazy.
It's fake news, though. Mapleton is the newest city in the country and the largest in Cobb, by the way.
So West is Mapleton, Austell, Douglasville, Douglas County. That's good living out there. I love Mapleton. I love Austell. There's value, space, community access. You can get to downtown Atlanta from the backside of Mapleton real easily. I get my hair cut in Mapleton.
Mm-hmm.
Newer communities and South Metro, affordability, airport access, South, of course, College Park, Jonesboro, Riverdale, South Fulton, Camp Creek, affordability, airport access, growth corridors. We will tailor the search to your budget, commute, lifestyle, and long-term goals. Y'all, we down to our last 4 slides, y'all. This is your home buying game plan. And right after this, there's a test, right? It's a 5-question test. We're gonna ask you 5 questions on how ready you are to purchase a home. So sit tight. 7 steps. 1, know your credit, right? Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. Those are the 3 credit scores.
So Credit Karma is not a credit score?
Credit Karma's not your credit score. Credit Karma pulls a weak score from your TransUnion, your Equifax, but it doesn't pull
the FICO scores.
Yeah.
It's not the same score that we will look at.
It's not a bank score, yeah.
And we can pull your score for free, and we can do it as a soft pull where it does not affect your credit, because you need to know what your score is. A lot of people are walking around thinking they have a score of X when it's really Z, because they're looking at the wrong model.
That's right.
There's a lot of different credit scoring models.
And if you need help, credit repair,
We've been doing this long enough. We can point them in the right direction.
Hit the calendar link. Put it in the chat. Now listen, get pre-approved with Demetrius with Home Access Mortgage. Set your payment. Tell them, hey, Demetrius, I want to pay $2,500 a month total. Demetrius, I want to pay $3,000 a month total. Demetrius, I want to pay $5,000 a month total. Choose your target areas. You're going to talk to your realtor, Jimmy Jones. When it's time to sell your home, call Jimmy Jones or buy. Understanding your programs is down payment assistance out there. One thing I love about Demetrius is he works with every down payment program out there. So, if it's City of Atlanta, Invest Atlanta, Georgia Dream, we can get you $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 for buying inside or outside the City of Atlanta.
Absolutely.
There's plenty of down payment programs available.
That's the most important thing to know.
Hit the calendar link.
Yep.
Hit the link. Okay?
Hit the link.
Schedule an appointment with us. We got you. Shop and negotiate once we get all of this, and then that's when the numbers going to work, right?
Right.
The numbers are going to work because we've already sat down and make sure it worked for you. So you're ready, and you're prepared. So this is the test. It's 3 more slides, y'all. Pull out a pencil and the paper, not on your phone. Pull out a pen. All right, these are the questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 questions, right? Do you have stable income? Yes, no. These are yes, no questions. Score yourself, and you score yourself, right? So question 1, keep score. Do you have stable income? Yes or no? 1, I'm going to do it for myself. Yes, I have stable income. I'm going to do it for me, and I'm going to see if I'm ready to buy a house. 2, do you have emergency savings? Yes or no? I do have emergency savings. Not as much as the Lord might be about to bless me eventually, but I got a little bit, right? Do I plan to stay several years? Yeah. I want to pass my house down to my family. 4, yes or no? Keep score. Are you comfortable with monthly payments? $2,500, $2,300, $3,000, $5,000? Are you comfortable with that? Credit. Is your credit in workable shape? Workable shape is 600 or above, 620. 580, we can deal with it, but we'd rather deal with, because when you say you got a 580, that really means you got a 420. When you say you got a 650, that really means you got a 610.
Right.
Only people that know their credit score got 700 or above. Everybody else others is like, I don't know what it is. Is your credit in workable shape? Yes or no? And last, have you found the right area home? Yes or no? Now listen, if you're, look, I feel like Vanna White.
Right.
I'm turning the squares. Add up your points. Now I know mine was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got a 6. I'm ready to buy.
Potentially ready.
Potentially. But we got to hit that Calendly link in the chat so we can set up a communication with me and Demetrius. Now, if your points are 3 or 4, then we need to make a plan.
Correct. A plan to get the
Still
money.
need to hit the Calendly link to set up a 15 or 30-minute consultation. And if your scores was 0 or 2, then we need to get you prepared, right?
TJ Steele, we see you. We see you, TJ.
You want to talk about this one?
Sure.
All right. Now, what if rates drop? We're only on here till 8 o'clock.
Okay, so what happens if the rates drop? Because that's what a lot of people are saying, I'm going to wait till the rates drop. Not a great strategy. Let me tell you why. Everybody else, your neighbors, your family, your boss, your coworkers are also waiting for the rates to drop. So when the rates drop, everybody then gets in the market. And so that ability that Jimmy was talking about to go ahead and get you extra costs for closing costs and have them to help you pay for your loan and those kind of things, they kind of go out the window because they have now not just you who has been waiting, they've got 50, 60 people that have been waiting. And now y'all are competing against each other. And the person typically in this kind of situation is the one that has the biggest pocketbook. So you want to try and get in front of the rates dropping so that you can absolutely get a better bottom line deal on the house because you look at the sales price. You also look at what the seller is contributing, what kind of programs you have, and then you can really see what the bottom line cost it is to get you a house, not just the rate. So we need to reevaluate that thinking, look at your specific numbers, and figure out how we can stack that payment to make it make sense. Next slide.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what a lot of people are doing, Jimmy. They're trying to time the market. They want to get it when the rates are at absolute lowest, or when the houses are at the absolute perfect price. You'd have to have a crystal ball to know that, because you also have to put in that factor where you are and where the rest of the community is. So really, stop trying to time the market. Start preparing for the market now, the market that we're in. Let experts help you. You've got 2 experts, 1 voice. Compass Realty, yay to Jimmy for being with DAX brokerage. That's a really hard brokerage to be with. And Home Access Mortgage is where I am. But now we're going to take some questions.
Yeah. Q&A. Listen.
Put in the chat if you have any questions. Put them in the chat.
We're going to end y'all homework. We're going to end y'all session a little early, right? But if we have any questions, look, yeah, that's the last slide. We did good, man. Good job.
Good.
Hey.
Okay, let's see which questions we have. We have any questions?
We prayed for y'all before we got on today. So we prayed for y'all families. We prayed for y'all increase in God and also your decrease in God, meaning that things that you need to take away. There's things that you keep spending money on, you got to take away in order for you to buy a house. You know, in order to buy a house, it takes discipline, right? So you can't be undisciplined. I've never sold one house to anybody that wasn't disciplined, anybody that wasn't purposeful, right? That wasn't intentional. So we challenge you to be intentional about buying a home. Is now the time? Look, buy now or wait. What's your answer?
Buy now. Especially if you can make those things. But if you think it's wait, it's talk to us now so that we can get you ready. Grace wants to know. I already have a house. You keep saying it's a buyer's market. What about sellers?
Take a screenshot so we can make sure we remember her. Take a screenshot.
Okay.
And then, what was the question?
You keep talking about great time for a buyer's market. What about sellers?
Okay. What about sellers? When it's time to sell your home, call Jimmy Jones. When it's time to sell your home, call Jimmy. Look, I got a Dougie. When it's time to sell your home, call Jimmy Jones. Call Jimmy Jones. When it's time to sell your home, call Jimmy Jones. See that Calendly link in there? Hit it. Me and you talk one-on-one. You get the highest price with my advice. Ain't nobody selling homes like me. I just moved brokers. I'm at my broker office right now, Compass. Yeah. And let me tell you, I walk in, they don't take you unless you sell a home. They don't take you unless you do what you say and say what you do.
Right.
So I've survived, praise God, I've survived so many markets. I survived COVID. I survived where you used to have to walk around with masks to show houses, and you couldn't touch the doorknobs. You know? So there were only 2 recent recessions, 2008 and COVID, right? But we're in a third one right now, but we don't want to talk about it. But we're in a pandemic right now. But if you want to hire a realtor that is an expert at negotiation and also surviving pandemic situations, call Jimmy Jones. Set up the calendar link and we'll talk. Listen, it's a good time with anybody with the right strategy.
Absolutely. That's what's important. Strategy. That's what's important.
I hope I answered your question. I know how to run comps. They're called comps. That's the comparable sales in your market. What has sold recently, in the last 30, 60, 90 days, But I only want to work with sellers that want to get their home sold, meaning that sometimes we have to sacrifice in order to gain, right? In this market where it looks like your side is losing, you can win. There's opportunity there. It's just you can't commit the sin. There's 7 sins. There's gluttony. There's greed. There's 7 sins, right?
That's only 2 I remember.
Yeah, greed and gluttony. Anyways, listen, it's 7:51.
We did good.
Anybody else in the chat? Listen, if you enjoyed today, put it in the chat, right? Say, hey, I enjoyed this. I'm going to call Jimmy and Demetrius, or I'm going to set up a calendar. Or, hey, if you were just here just because you wanted the information, we thank you. We want to stay top of mind in your mind when it comes to anything real estate. Because Demetrius doesn't just help you buy, he helps you refinance. He'll help you talk to you about how to file your taxes, in order for you to be able to show the income or to do what you need to do with your debt to income ratio so you can be able to show enough, but not too much to where you can, afford the taxes you owe to the IRS, but also be able to afford your down payment on your home.
Absolutely, because it's a difference.
Yeah.
Our advice is free, but it helps you get a better price on your financing, a better price on the house that you're buying, a better price on the house that you're selling.
Yep. Hey, man.
Calendar link.
Anybody else? We good?
Let's see. Hold on. Jazz Miner. Thank you for that one.
Oh, good. Yeah, screenshot so we remember these people.
Absolutely.
All right. Hey, listen, and shoot us a DM, or just reach out to us personally. I've closed so much with Demetrius. He's such an anointed lender. He's such a great asset, to anybody's team, but especially anybody that wants to build wealth and generational wealth. If you want to build generational wealth for your family, Demetrius is the man. I've been working with Demetrius for 10 plus years. I've only had my license for 12 years. So I'm telling you, we're not here to do anything but increase your generational footprint in this world. And that takes ownership, right? Stop paying rent. What they say? Where my feelings going? Stop.
She show out media's on here.
Oh!
We love your energy too. Thank you.
We out in a minute. Stop paying rent. I got my new business cards. Praise God. Stop paying rent. Own your own home. That way nobody can kick you out and nobody can go up on your rent. Imagine you living somewhere that you own and then the rent go up. Listen, mortgage. Own a mortgage.
That's right.
That's power. Also, last thing, my boy Smarts. We have a new way to power I got this for you. I'm selling solar power now, right? For the first 3 people that hit me on that calendar link, if you own a home and you want to switch your home from Georgia Power to solar power, I will void the installation fee, which is normally $7,000 to $10,000. We can install the solar power. Your bill will be not only reduced, but eventually you'll make a couple payments and it will be eliminated. You hear what I'm saying? Meaning that you can have solar power on your house where normally they charge you for the installation. The first 3 people that hit me on the calendar link right now, I'm telling you, I got free solar power installation for your house, meaning that you don't have no power bill for the next 6 to 12 months. It's free.
That's big. That's big.
Hit me up, okay? All right, well, thank y'all so much. God bless. Jimmy
Thank
Jones.
you guys. Demetrius Lockett.
We out.
Thank you.
Buy a home right now.